everyone, thank you for joining me on my very first YouTube video. My name is Mercy Knox and I will be sharing with you guys information and knowledge on all things magic, natural health, spiritualism, witchcraft, supernatural, paranormal things, as well as anything in that umbrella term, all while doing my makeup. This will be our main videos on this platform, which will be every single Saturday. So I will be creating a makeup look while talking to you guys about the topic of the week. Why doing a makeup look, you may ask? A, I'm scared to talk to the camera. B, or two in this case, I'm also a makeup artist and I miss doing cool, creative, fun looks. So why not combine the two and have a good time? Then please continue watching. All right, so I thought a good first topic could be talking about color and color therapy. So what I've already done is done my brows and my base off camera and thought we'd focus more on the color aspects of my makeup to tie into our first discussion. So with color, it's something that we have around us every single day of our lives. And I think without even intentionally realizing it, we do use color to invoke different feelings. Whether intentional or just without meaning to, we dress in certain colors, our houses are decorated in certain colors, we gravitate towards in makeup or in our shoes or, anything. Color plays such an important part. Color can also not only be used to express ourselves around our house, but it also is very frequently used within a holistic, non-invasive healing within color therapy. Different colors can evoke different feelings and sensations within ourselves, so it can help change our mood and our aspect on how something exists, how we feel about a certain situation. Colors can trigger memories. With that as well, it is very commonly used in almost every practice of spiritual meditation as well as witchcraft, with colored candles, your incense, your altars, your crystal colors that you surround yourself with while meditating, colors. The list goes on. Color is very vital and important. So with that, let's talk about colors. What they can mean in general. So this is more of a generalized perception of what each color can mean that I'll give, but also, color varies for each and every person. Like, I'll use black for an example as a first one. Though it is not a color, it is a shade, as I have been told many times in my life. I love black, Black doesn't make me feel doom and gloom in a sense of death or mourning like a lot of other people can sometimes associate black with. And I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Black for me is comforting, it's confident, it's elegant, it feels protective for me. When I'm dressed in black or have black things around me, I feel secure, I feel good about myself. So that is, my interpretation of black, which may not be everybody's interpretation of black. But then again, there is always a positive and a negative side to each color. So I associate more with positive aspects of black where other people might not have that. So that's always one point to look at. So along with black, we have then, I guess next would be white, the opposite of black. Also a shade, one that can be used in combination and as kind of an opposite. So as we were just saying before, black a lot of times can be very protective or mourning. It can be a very strong, powerful color, where white is a sense of purity, a sense of peacefulness, serenity. It's very blank canvas, White can be incorporated with anything. It also, therefore, has negative connotations to some people, as it can spark a sense of sterileness, a sense of medical, like in, white rooms within a hospital, which can be quite terrifying for certain people. So white sometimes can be too blank. It can be not associated enough with aspects of comfort because it's too clean. So I mean, that is definitely a negative to white. In a positive manner to that in white though, it is so clean, it is so pure, it is so cleansing. It can be used with anything or combination, injunction. So white is a very powerful color in the fact that it is so pure and clean. So from that on to the rainbow. From after black and white, we have our primary colors. So let's start with red. Red can be a very powerful color as it is associated with the fire element. So it is very fiery, it is very hot, energizing, stimulating to the mind. It can also be a very confident color, you know? Red is very strong. When you wear red lipstick, for example, in makeup, it makes you feel bold and assertive and confident. But red can also have negative connotations of being fury, as it is a fire sign. So it can be very hot and heated and aggression. So once again, associating on what you want. Like, I love having my red hair because it makes me feel energized and it makes me feel very assertive and confident. So I take it as a positive aspect in that. Where if you see a red car down the road and it's cutting you off, you know, that can make you very angry. It could probably make you more angry than if it was a white car cutting you off, potentially, because it's red. It invokes that feeling. So from there, we move on to orange. Now, orange is also associated with high energy and fire as well as stimulation, but it is a very fun color, you know? Like, when I think of orange, I think of summer fun, like orange creamsicles, you know, fruit. It is both sweet and tangy and whimsical, and it can be a very active color. It's very spontaneous and very mind-stimulating as well. In a negative sense, orange can be a sign of danger, you know, a lot of like traffic cones, or orange can be, you know, a bit of a warning, you know, orange. I don't know, you might not feel that way, but just senses of orange. So with actually orange, I think I've decided that not on the side of caution, but on the positive side, I think I'm gonna do an orange look today just to keep it whimsical. So from orange, we move on to yellow. Now, yellow is once again also still very a bright, positive, high energy color. It is very associated with zestiness, life, joyfulness. Yellow is also a very enlightening, you know, radiant color. It brings a sense of happiness, sunshine, smiley faces, you know, happiness. Yellow can also be a bit more of a cautionary color though as well. Think of yellow tape, you know, it senses a sense of to be wary, to have your lookout. Yellow can sometimes also be a color that can sense betrayal, so that's a bit of an interesting aspect on yellow. I think most time when we think yellow, we think such high energy and high vibrations of positivity. So it's interesting that it does actually have a bit of a negative side to it as well. But primarily, I think colors like orange and yellow are very happy and fun and high energy to them. And red, like I said, a bit of a 50-50 for some people. Next color is green. Now, green is an amazing color. It sets a sense of environment. It is very peaceful. A sense of growth can be associated with the color green, just like how plants grow. It can make us feel like we're growing. It also can be very harmonious and balancing as an energy. Green can, in a negative sense, quite commonly be associated with envy and jealousy. So it can be a color that can make us feel like we're at a loss or wanting what we do not have. So those are some negative aspects of the color green. I don't know about you guys, but I have plants all over my house and it just makes me feel so secure and homely and just a sense of calmness and happiness when I see all the greenery in the plants. It also, association with color-wise, you know, very in health. So in natural health, when you think of banners or propositions or anything like that, you know, everything has green to it. So tinctures, or, you know, you'll see green leaves and plants within photos of natural health. It has that sense of being natural. But also in Western medicine, green is also very commonly used because it gives a sense of trust and a sense of acknowledgement and medical care. So if you actually pay attention to, sometimes if you go into a doctor's office or watching a presentation, you might notice that there is a lot of white and different shades of green and even light blues incorporated on medical posters because they are very trusting, calming colors. So that's an interesting fact there for you. So after green, as we just mentioned in talking about medical, we have blue. So blue can be quite a fun color, you know, it to me represents tranquility and calmness, as well as it can also be quite exhilarating and authoritative. You know, it can be very powerful of a color to wear. It's a very loyal, and in a meditation, spiritual sense, it can give us a lot of clarity. So it can be a very calming and clarifying color. With bad things about blue, it can be very sad. It can leave us feeling quite empty. So blue can invigorate sadness. It can be very, you know, feeling lonely, a sense of lostness. It can be, and just leave you feeling blue, as where the saying comes from, you know, when you're sad you feel blue. So that's the negative side of blue. So the next color is purple. Now purple often invokes a sense of, you know, regality in the olden days, and is a very mysterious, powerfully associated color. But it also is commonly associated with being, you know, quite intuitive, you know, creative. It can be mysterious, as we mentioned, but it also, in that mystery, is a powerful part of a sense of spiritual feeling. It's a very powerful, invoking color. It can also be very witty. A negative feeling is purple can feel quite aloof and disassociated from things. So that's an interesting aspect of the color purple. Last color, which is not really technically part of the rainbow, but a very powerful color on its own, is pink. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of pink, I think delicate and very youthful, high energy, sweetness, a sense of brightness, you know? Pink is often in traditional stance associated with feminine energy. Pink was originally for males back in the day. So it's interesting that there was a swap in color there and energies. But as we just stated, no color is associated with any which gender. That is just silly. Any color can be for any single being on this earth. Pink can also be very romantic. You know, when you think of going back to crystals, it is rose quartz. It's a sense of love, not only in a romantic stance, but self-love as well, and desire to open one's own eyes and be oneself. In a negative context, then, pink can also be associated with a sense of, pink can also be associated in a negative stance then with being quite naive and delicate, in a fragile stance rather than a soft sense, which is interesting. So with all these, how can we put color into our lives to allow us to use their energy on a daily basis? Well, one aspect, changing up your room, adding a splash of color on your walls or by a blanket or a pillow. You know, wearing something of a color that you feel inspired or need the energy of on a daily basis, or a necklace, accessories, or makeup. It's so powerful the way that we can incorporate different colors into our lives to increase our beneficial factor of their energy. So as I was saying before, I'm creating an orange look because I want to evoke a sense of whimsy and fun, which I feel like is an energy I need because this is a fun project that I'm going to be starting with you guys, and I want to invoke that through the camera to you guys as well. So hopefully you're feeling that energy and vibing with me. Alright guys, and this is the finished look for today. So all makeup used to create this look will be down in the description box down below if anybody is interested. It's very bright and fun, giving me a sense of summertime. Kind of reminds me of a creamsicle, like a Jones soda or the actual ice cream bar. If you're in North America, you know what I'm on about. I don't know if other countries have them. Here in New Zealand, we don't, which makes me very sad because they're pretty tasty. But definitely a pick-me-up for a doom and gloom day like today it is in New Zealand. It's quite overcast and it's been rainy all day, so just enough to brighten up my spirits and also hopefully entice you guys with a bit of fun whimsy like we were talking about in the colors. So with that, thank you so much for watching my video. It means a lot to me and getting to the end. If you would like to continue to support me, please like and subscribe down below. I'm also on other platforms as well. So I have an Instagram, which is Mercy Knox, same as the channel. And I also have a podcast, which is Moonlit Witch. So if you'd like to support those, please go and like them. You can find the podcast on any podcast supplier. I know it's definitely on Spotify as well as Anchor, the platform that I upload it from. So those episodes will be uploaded on Saturdays, same days as the videos here. And a video version of the podcast will actually be uploaded on my channel as well if you would like to interact with me further in that aspect on Tuesdays. So once again, the uploading schedule is Saturdays for the makeup and magic talks, and then the correlating podcast in the same umbrella categories as this episode, but in more of a witchcraft stance, is uploaded on Saturdays on my podcast channel and Tuesdays on a video format here. Thank you so much for following us, and see you later. Bye!